How do you politely tell guests that they've overstayed their welcome? My uncle had this quietly brutal and honestly genius way of dealing with a certain couple in our neighborhood who treated our house like a free restaurant. They lived just a few doors down in a small town outside Knoxville, and like clockwork, they'd show up right when we sat down to eat. Every time it was the same story. We're exhausted, didn't have time to cook. Hope you don't mind. At first, my aunt was kind about it. She'd pull out extra plates, add a little more food to the table, and for about a week, it even felt sort of friendly, like the old school neighbor vibe. Then it became obvious what was happening. They came almost every night. They never brought anything, never offered to help, never even did the polite, let me get the dishes. And somehow they always grabbed the biggest portions like they were entitled to it. My uncle finally hit his limit. One evening, after everyone finished eating, instead of taking the plates to the sink like usual, he stood up, carried them straight into the living room, and set them down on the floor. Our two golden retrievers sprinted over like it was Christmas. They licked those plates spotless, every crumb, every smear, tails wagging, tongues working overtime. The couple just sat there, frozen, watching this whole scene unfold like they were witnessing a crime. When the dogs were done, my uncle calmly picked up the now glossy dog saliva polished plates and, without rinsing, without blinking, walked over and slid them right back into the kitchen cabinet. Silence. Finally, the woman kind of choked out, is that, is that how you wash them? My uncle smiled like he'd been waiting for the question. Oh yeah, he said, perfectly relaxed. We're trying to cut back on water. Works great. They stared at him, stared at the cabinet, stared at the dogs. They never dropped by at dinner again.